Today we're going to be doing a live. It's going to be a live general, so if you're watching this afterwards, you know what's up. So I'm just going to shuffle my cards real quick. You might have been seeing the number 111 lately. And I hope that you have a nice cozy drink with you right now. I know it's starting to get very cold. Let me know how the audio is right now, because I do have a little heater going on in here, so it might change the audio a little bit. Okay. And one last shuffle. Okay, so angel spirits and guides, please be here now to deliver an important message for my collective. What is it that they need to know right now? There's an injustice here that's being corrected. So I feel you stepping away from some sort of situation that was unjust, and instead of taking matters into your own hands, you're allowing karma to do that for you, while you take on a different kind of energy, which is one of celebration. And that's exactly what Spirit wants you to do. So good job on that. You're sitting on your throne in a sense right now. You're not you're not allowing people to take you off of this high vibration that you're on right now, because you're enjoying things that you've created for yourself. You've got a lot of abundance here that you're starting to see trickle in, and the right people will celebrate that with you, and the right people will share that with you. They'll share your happiness with you. They'll be there to explore what this thing could become. Basically, the people that you have around you are people that will lift you up. So it sounds like you've found your soul family. That's incredible. Hi to everybody that's come in. Today is we're doing the monthly channeled monthly channeled reading. There could be, I got the 5 of Cups right after the 6 of Cups. I'm getting a feeling of dread. There's some sort of dread over old relationships. Feeling like, oh, okay, this is what it is. So you're feeling like you have to say something to the people that, because I get this is multiple people that have done you disservice, but it almost feels like you have to force that, because your energy is very not focused on that, and so it feels like going in 2 different directions. I wouldn't be surprised if we got the Chariot here. You're focused on creating abundance and creating this sustainable future for yourself, where this is now your permanent state. And you're very tuned into your spiritual, just as I say that, you're tuned into your spiritual inklings. You know exactly what you need to do. So you're following the path that you need to follow. But you could be very kept to yourself right now because you did get the Hermit. You could also be a Virgo or a Libra. Don't have to be. You've got this really fine attention to detail on the things that really need your attention right now. And you're letting things fall away. You're letting them fall away because they need to fall away. You're in this state of allowing. It's beautiful. It's like you've jumped off that cliff. You're like the Fool. You're definitely taking on that energy that they always talk about of jumping off of the cliff and just letting yourself be caught by the divine. You've got the Six of Wands. Right above the Five of Wands. 5, 6. And that repeats twice now. So there's something significant about that. 5, 6, 6, 5. These numbers could be significant to you, or this could mean that you're ready to take that energy of change and turn it into some sort of productivity and produce something great here that might not be something that people, so you'll have like people that either want to see it and want to see you thrive, or you'll have people from the past coming and criticizing it. Criticizing that and not believing entirely that the person that you've become is the person that you've become. But you're here to prove yourself wrong in a sense, but you're here to also prove that people can't hold you back with their words and with any kind of tricks that they're trying to play, because you're no longer allowing these intrusive thoughts in. There's thoughts, but then it's also like you're not letting people with opinions that are trying to drag you down have some sort of say. There's a lot of silence here. And you got submissive in reverse. Yeah, you're taking charge, is what I see. You could actually be somebody who is creating some sort of like online thing, but I don't think that's for all of you. I feel like for some of you, it's just that you've taken hold of your power. And the people that see you as this innocent person, it kind of leads to their downfall, because these people always try things with you. And then, like, you're very protected. And so they quickly see that they can't be doing that stuff. Not with you. The joy that surrounds you is kind of what deceives people. We have Mercury, communication, and it's right beside Joker in reverse. I feel like you really throw some people for a loop. You appear one way on the outside, but then on the inside, you're very... It's like the moment that you open your mouth, you have this really strong power to you. You have the power of influence. The book, what's the book? It's a famous book. It's like a self-help book, kind of. Win Friends and Influence People? Is that what it's called? But that's a famous book that's coming to mind, so maybe you've read that, or maybe that book would really like resonate with the things that you already know, where it's like you understand people very, very well. And so like when someone tries to come towards you with any kind of offer, you immediately understand if they mean you well or if they don't. And I feel like this is really gonna work for you in the future here, because whatever it is that you're doing utilizes this skill. And we have a parent coming up here. I see a mother. You could have healed a mother wound recently. We have woman and codependent in reverse. So I feel like you've healed a mother wound very, very recently, and it's allowing you to blossom. This wounding could have stopped you from connecting to your emotions, how you truly feel, what is it that you truly want to do? How do you want to nurture people? And I think it allowed for more self-expression as well. It allowed for more self-expression and allowed for you to hear more as opposed to talking. So you switched from this state of talking to a state of active listening. And active listening is something that you do when you're trying to fully understand a situation, but also engage with it. So we got trust issues right above that, and sadness. So yeah, that's definitely telling me about that situation there. Got my coffee. And we have external influences in the reverse. You're no longer letting them influence and question who it is that you know you are. You're confident. You have this confidence about you. And as I look up, annoyed. Yeah, this confidence annoys certain people, and that's okay. Because it's okay, like, it's gonna annoy some people. Not everybody is for you, right? You're not here to be everybody's best friend and liked by everybody. Sometimes being yourself means being not liked. And we've got the planet of karma, Saturn, right beside health and incompatibility. So you're taking a lot of active steps to step away from things that no longer serve you and humbly accept things that do serve you, because you've stepped into a really abundant energy where you're like, well, I don't need everything. I can say no to some things. And so it's resulting in you, your mental health, your physical health, everything around you is now starting to reflect the inside. And that's really beautiful. 6 could be your path number. We have Virgo again, so you could be a Virgo or have strong Virgo placements. Mercury is this one Mercury? Yes, we got Mercury twice. So communication as well. Your communication is improving, so you're learning to express yourself a lot more freely, and you used to be a lot more careful about this. You used to be a lot more fearful around people accepting you, people wanting to be there after you said what you said. But now it's like, well, I said what I said. You see that switch in energy? Well, that's you. You've really switched that energy up, and it's kind of throwing people for a loop. And for some reason, I've never seen this before, but this almost makes me think of like a basketball going through a basketball hoop. So you're done playing games. The only game that you're playing now is the one that like with yourself. You're trying to see how much you can evolve and how much care you can put into the things that you love and what it'll evolve into. There's a lot of evolution here that's happening. It's beautiful, it's explosive, it's expansive. I wouldn't be surprised if we got Jupiter down the line here, because Jupiter is the planet of expansion, and it also represents Sagittarius. So you could be a Sagittarius, or you could be a fire sign. But more so, that was leaning towards Sagittarius. But Sagittarius also is like, that's the teacher. People admire you right now because you're teaching a lot of people things. Maybe it's through your actions, maybe it's through your words, depending on which one resonates for you. And you're working through a heart space. You're creating from a heart space because you're no longer blocking off your heart from people, from their opinions. You don't care. It's okay to you if you get rejected. This makes me think of how hard it is right now for people to find jobs, and the fact that people have to go through so many different interviews and they have to get rejected, and you're understanding of the fact that not everybody's gonna like you. See, we went from professional to casual. You're being yourself now. You're not wearing this mask of having to put in a ton of time and effort, because before this was like a defense mechanism that you had. It could have been that part of you that was like, well, I have to show up and show out to a certain extent so that people will accept me and see me as whatever, right? But you're now giving that to yourself, and in turn, that's actually magnetizing you. It's turning you into the Empress. It's making it so that people feel attracted to you and feel like they want to give you some sort of opportunities just out of nowhere for no reason. And we did get snake. And you can spot these snakes now. You can spot them without any kind of effort at all. You can smell it from a mile away. A snake smells with its tongue. And I feel like you can really sense out people's intentions just by asking them a few simple questions and seeing how they react to that and how they act. We've got toxic and time. Your understanding of things that don't deserve your time and effort anymore, and you're not investing in those. You're very, very conscious of them. And actually, this reminds me of this one illustration that I did back in the day. If you don't know me, I used to be an illustrator, and there was an illustration that I did that was called Toxic, and it had an exclamation mark right on its forehead. And that illustration was thinking about it now, it makes me think about how terrifying some people can terrify you into submitting to them. And because this drawing was based off of my experience with a particular person, and I drew it a really long time ago, and the eyes were what really stood out to me in the drawing, because you could see both the whites. And they say that that's like psychopaths do that, right? Where they go like, right? They flash you both parts of the white. So there's something here about that. Maybe someone you know does that. But there's something here about that. Could you tell me why you're mentioning that, Spirit? This person could be watching you, somebody who kind of throws you a lot of evil eye, spends a lot of time watching what it is that you do, and maybe they want to come towards you, but I feel like you've already placed your judgment on them, in a way, you know, where it's like you're no longer, you're being fair about the situation. This could be that mother figure. Because this person doesn't want to see you shine. And so, wow, we've got the Queen of Wands, the Sun, and the Queen of Pentacles. Your energy here is incredible. We have 3 queens. You're really stepping into this powerful, attractive energy. And it's definitely bugging people, but pay them no mind. I don't think you are. Any other messages, Spirit? Be grateful for these people that are currently being bugged. Because everybody has a purpose in your life. So instead of feeling upset about the fact that some people are going to try to get under your skin, just be grateful, because everybody shows you a part of your shadow. Everyone shows you a part of yourself. Ace of Wands in reverse. And it's up to you to accept those lessons and integrate them and turn them into creative energy. I get a strong alchemy energy from the Ace of Wands. So you're a strong alchemist, and it's because you've been through so many different situations. And the Ace of Cups in reverse. The Ace of Cups in reverse, it really feels like someone is hung up on all these things that are coming up for you. You got the Empress in reverse too. I don't know why this person feels like people, whoever this is, you have a lot of people that are feeling like it's almost like this like idolizing energy of like someone feels like they're just a page. I don't know why that's coming up. But I think it also, if we look at the page in the background, there are all these mountains here. And mountains in tarot tell me challenges. Those are talking about challenges. So I think these people maybe don't realize how many challenges you've been through, or fail to accept that. And so they talk down on your success because they refuse to take matters into their own hands and create their own success. You've been through many deaths. You've been through many deaths in order to get to the point that you're at. You've accepted life and death as a part of what it means to create this huge energy that you now have in your hands. You have this huge capacity to make whatever it is that you want, and you're being given that by Spirit because you're responsible about it. Interest. You got interest. And that actually doesn't make me think of the word interest as in people watching you. I mean, it could mean that, but interest almost feels like when someone borrows money from you and they have to pay interest on it. It's like the longer that it takes for them to return that money, the more interest it accumulates. So this is like some sort of like debt. It could be talking about karmic debt, because there is that expression. So, and it's right beside death, so it almost feels like you've paid off all your karmic debts. You've paid off all your karmic debts, and it's allowing you to reap the abundance now, because you're no longer in debt. You're no longer living beyond your means, emotionally, physically, financially, whatever it is for you. King of Cups. You're very balanced in both your masculine and feminine right now. Although you're using these aspects of yourself in order to attract things. But when they come to you, you ground them into reality using your masculine, and you act on them. So you're really the magician right now. You're taking on this like really productive energy in order to grow things bigger and expand them. You're watering them too. So that's what I got so far for you guys. Do you have any of your own questions that you wanted me to answer? Could get to them now. I hope that reading helped. I love doing readings live. So much stuff always comes through. My nose is a little runny. I hope you're having a wonderful Saturday and that it's not too cold where you are. Okay, well, it seems like there are no questions from what I can see. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Are you guys drinking coffee or anything? Because I am. It's like a little thrifted mug that I got, and the bottom is starting to crack, as you can see. And every time I use it, it starts to like crack more. So we'll see. One of these days it's gonna break on me while I'm carrying it, or when I microwave it. It's one of those two. Okay, well, looks like that'll be it for me today. I hope you guys have a good evening, good morning, good night, whenever you're watching this reading. And if you like the way I read, feel free to share, like, subscribe, whatever you want to do. And if you're interested in booking a private reading with me, I also have all that information down below. Okay, bye guys!